Warrior Island. On a mysterious island, grandmasters of martial arts train 16 fighters from around the world. The fighters train and fight for your vote, and you help decide their fate by voting online. Who will become the ultimate island warrior? Where great warriors are discovered and fans have a voice.
Welcome to Warrior Island.
We are here live at Warrior Island, and tonight, for the first time in history, you, the fans, get a voice and help decide which fighters get to come to Warrior Island and train with the masters and grandmasters of martial arts to compete to become the ultimate island warrior.
That's right, fans. For the very first time, you at home get to go onto your social media, watch these fights on your television. You're going to watch the fights, find your favorite fighter, and vote for that fighter up to 10 times on the Warrior Island Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on the warriorisland.info. Get in there and vote for your favorite fighters, because these fighters are going to fight as hard as they can as warriors to get your vote to come to the island. The 16 winners will travel to the island. They will train with the grandmasters of martial arts. Ron Van Cleef, the Black Dragon, Dan the Beast Severn, UFC veteran, Orlando Rivera, Renzo Gracie, Helsing Gracie, Sifu Chow, Sifu Lau. I mean, the list goes on of some of the greatest grandmasters of martial arts and fight coaches in the world. And they're going to fight on the island and train on the island, not in a cage, not in a sound studio, but in the sand, in the water, in the jungle, mountains, caves. It's real warriors who have to fight no matter where they are. But more importantly than the fighting, they have to learn character, to be a good person, learn the Tiki code, to learn respect, honor, empathy, integrity, all the things that a real warrior should have. You've been given the ability to fight, to be a warrior. Use it for good, not for evil.
Yeah, anybody who has followed martial arts for any amount of time will know that the names that Ronan James Jefferson just mentioned are the best in the world. I've known you for a long time, James Jefferson, for well over 10 years. When you told me about the idea for Warrior Island, the first thing that came to mind is this is a winner.
Absolutely. We're going to go. We went to venues all around the world. We found some of the great promotions. We found some of the great fighters. We filmed these fighters for you. Now you're going to get to vote for them watching the fights tonight. So every Saturday at 10 p.m. you'll tune into the Warrior Island Fight Night, and you're going to watch and get excited about getting these fighters onto the island.
So tell us a little bit about what people can actually see when they actually tune into Warrior Island. What's the first thing they'll see as the show develops?
Well, on the fight night, you're going to see 3-4 really good fights every fight night. But then when these fighters get voted on by you to come to the island, they'll arrive by boat. They'll come onto the island, have to show respect to the grandmasters. Then right out of the get-go, they're going to be training. They're going to be dieting. They're going to be learning all this code for the better character. And all along, you as the fans on the Warrior Island show are going to give them more things, like maybe more rest, more nutrition, more protein, maybe a massage. If they don't earn your respect, if they're not showing good character, we might wake them up in the middle of the night, give them a little bit less water, less protein. So they have to earn all these different things, kind of like some of these movies out there, like Death Race or Hunger Games. So some of that great stuff, but it's going to be real life with real fighters, and not in a cage, not in a soundstage, on a real island and real fighting.
You mentioned something earlier that I think is so important to drill down a little bit on, and that is the respect. I've been very fortunate to be commentating fights for almost 20 years now. When I talk to the fighters and we go aside and we get them to become a little more forthright, they start telling me a little bit about their lives. Martial arts not just helps keep them out of trouble, keep them out of jail. They actually say it saved my life. The happiness, the moving with the body, it gives them a place to channel their energy in a good form rather than in the bad way.
Absolutely. So tonight you're going to see that. You're going to see fighters fighting, and they're fighting for you. So it might not be the winner you vote for. You may vote for the loser because that person showed better heart, better spirit, desire, good character, and then they'll develop better fighting skills with the grandmasters that we mentioned.
And real quickly, as we get out, the other important element here that has never been done in the history of martial arts content and martial arts television, you, the fan, actually get to have a voice for the first time. This is an interactive show. The fans actually get to tell you who stays and who doesn't stay on the island.
It's amazing. So you have to watch the fights tonight. You have to vote. Don't wait. be interactive and have a voice. So where great warriors are discovered and you, the fan, have a voice.
All I can think to do now is go watch some great fights. Can we go see some fights?
Let's go to the fight.
Let's hit it!
Warning. The following TV show contains combative sports scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. While we are working with these warriors to teach them the Tiki Code, it's a process. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy, and don't forget to vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info. That's warriorisland.info. Welcome to Coliseum Fight Club in Voorhees, New Jersey, as DuPont Networks presents Warrior Island Fight Night. Hey everybody, Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island commentator. As you can see on the tail of the tape, our first fight up, a strawweight championship fight. Des M80 Moore versus Albert Buenas Noches Tapia. This fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. In the strawweight division, that's 115 pounds. There you're getting a good look at M80, fighting out of American Top Team, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Originally out of Easton, Pennsylvania. 4-1 as a pro, 5-1 as an amateur. 5 foot tall, 27 years old. A tremendous wrestling base. Comes into the cage here tonight with a wrestling pedigree out of northeastern Pennsylvania. Great area for wrestling. All of the Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nebraska area, always putting out some of the best wrestlers in the country. It's Warrior Island Fight Night. Let's hit it.
And now for our co-main event of the evening. 5 rounds of 5 minutes each. Mr. Vince Dudley will serve as referee for the strawweight competition. First up, we have a 28-year-old fighter who stands at 5'3" and weighs 114 pounds. He has a 3-3 record and represents Team Oyama and hails from Irvine, California. In the blue corner, Albert Tapia. And his opponent is a 27-year-old who stands at 5 foot tall and weighs 115 pounds. He has a 4-1 professional MMA record. He represents American Top Team out of Coconut Creek, Florida, and hails from Easton, Pennsylvania. In the red corner, Des M80 Moore.
So here we go. Thank you for those particulars. Des M80 Moore. And he will be facing a very, very tough opponent here tonight in one Albert Buenas Noches Tapia. You can see Tapia's got about a 3-inch height advantage over Moore. 5 foot versus 5'3". He also has a 3-inch reach advantage going into this championship fight at 115 pounds. Here we go, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Des Moore in the red trunks. Albert Buenas Noches Tapia in the black board shorts with the blue gloves. Tapia circling away from the power. Now circling into the power. He's got to be careful. Nice footwork there out of Tapia. He's got great footwork. He's got good outside leg kicks, good inside leg kicks. Good boxing, good hands. He's fast in and out of the pocket. You can see Moore taking the center of the cage, holding the center. Now trying to press the action against Tapia. Tapia, originally from Texas, now fighting out of Irvine, California. Desmore, originally out of Easton, Pennsylvania, now fighting with a really good school, American top team down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now finally, Moore shoots the single, sweeps the leg, and now takes the back of Tapia. Already the pressure from M80. Tapia hand fighting. Moore thought about the big dump, let him go, and took a right over the top as a going away present for Tapia. Now back to the center of the cage go both of these straw weights. Good action already here in Voorhees, New Jersey. Circling now to the left is Desmore, inside leg kick, outside leg kick. Both of these straw weights feeling each other out, measuring, looking for openings, looking for weaknesses. One thing is for sure, 5-minute rounds will be no problem for both of these 115-pounders. Nice move there by Tapia. Pressed the action, gave him an outside leg kick on the way out before he backed out of it. In and out is one of the specialties of Albert Buenas Noches Tapia. You'll see as the night progresses, outside leg kick there from M80. 2.5 minutes to go here in the opener. Warrior Island Fight Night on a mysterious island. Grandmasters of martial arts train 16 fighters from around the world. The fighters train and fight for your vote. And you help decide their fate by voting online. Who will become the ultimate island warrior? Where great warriors are discovered and fans have a voice. 2 minutes to go here in the opener. A very close first round for these strawweights. Moore shooting the single. And the big dump. That's a lot of power for a 115-pounder. That is his natural weight. He did lose his last fight, but that was in the flyweight division, 125. 10-pound difference for him. Giving away 10 pounds is a huge deal at that weight. Nice elbow takeaway gift, parting gift that he bestowed upon Buenas Noches. For that loss for Desmore, he had won 4 in a row. And interestingly, Buenas Noches Tapia has the exact opposite. He won his last fight, but he lost 4 before that in a row. So an interesting 1-4 juxtaposition for these two combatants here in the cage tonight. 1 minute to go here at Warrior Island in round 1. This is a strawweight title fight. Both of these 115-pounders looking to get on the island here tonight. Trying to catch the attention of some of the masters, some of the trainers here in Voorhees, New Jersey, watching very closely, see who has the right stuff, who's got the right tiki, who has the right grit, the right humility, the right responsibility. So much goes into being a proper martial artist. Loyalty, respect, leadership. And now Tapia with the big dump. Tapia shooting the single and takes Moore down to his back. Moore tightening up, doesn't want to let Tapia posture up. Trying to prevent any damage here in the waning seconds of the opener. And round 1 is in the record books. How'd you score it at home? That is a very close round. Very, very close round. In the corner of Tapia, getting his in-between round adjustments from the Team Irvine camp. Here's some earlier action from round 1. This was Dez's dump. Look at the power. Lifted Tapia right up, took his back. Tapia wisely hand fighting and gave him that nice knee. Good offense there from Dez M80 Moore. Left hand catches Tapia on the way in. Tapia missing the knee, but shooting the single and then the double and wisely going into side control in the waning moments of the first round. So each of these 115-pounders had a dump. One dump apiece, good punches, good kicks, hence the very close round. Round number 2.
Round 2.
Here we go. Voorhees, New Jersey. Des M80 Moore on the right-hand side of your screen in the red and black trunks. And Albert Buenas Noches Tapia in the black board shorts. A razor-thin first round. Not a lot of daylight between these two straw weights. Left hand stuck in the face of Tapia by Moore. Again, feeling each other out. They know each other is dangerous. These are two of the best 115-pounders in the country today. Shooting the single is Des Moore. Tapia tries to pull guard. Back to his feet. Back to the over-under, double underhooks. Good opportunity here for Tapia, pressing Moore up against the fence. Moore defending the knees. Good body work there by Des Moore, trying to give Tapia something to think about. Shoulder punches from Albert Tapia. Good activity here, no reason to break it up. The ref's having a nice, easy night here tonight. Back to the center of the cage go the two combatants. Tapia shakes off a little lactic acid out of the arms. 3 minutes and 35 seconds here to go in the second round. A very close round, this one for the straw weight championship. Both of these straw weight fighters trying to make it onto Warrior Island. Don't forget, at the end of the fight, you can vote on your favorite fighter, even if he loses. If you like his action, you like his grit, you like his tiki, you can put him on the island, make your case. Make your case to fight on the island yourself. Go to warriorisland.info for more information. That's warriorisland.info. 3 minutes to go here in round number 2. Both of these fighters trying to circle away from the power. It's been a very close fight here in Voorhees, New Jersey, Warrior Island Fight Night. Who wants it more with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go? Nice outside leg kick there from Desmond. Tapia rushes in. Oh, catches the right hand, buckles his knees. He's got to be careful. He's coming in real quickly, but his hands are down. He's got to be careful. He's got to keep his hands up high. Des Moore has heavy hands. He's got knockout power in both his right and his left hand. Tapia's got to be careful when he approaches, when he closes the distance. He's got to keep his hands up. Nice inside leg kick there from Buenas Noches, answered by an overhand right. Moore reminds me of Marvin Hagler. Looks like Hagler. He's got the movement of Marvin Hagler. Oh, big right hand on the way out, and it is good night for Buenas Noches. Buenas Noches for Buenas Noches. Beautiful knockout. Des M80 Moore wins the Strawweight Championship here in Voorhees, New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Warrior Island Fight Night could not ask for a better athlete. I really hope he makes it onto the island. It was the right hand. And Albert Buenas Noches Tapia came in ill-advisedly with his hands down. His hands were in no position to defend. We know from Dez's previous wins that he's got heavy hands. He's got anvils in both his left and right hand. Let's take a look. You'll see Tapia closing the distance, and that left hand is low, and he catches the overhand right on the button. And good night, Albert Tapia. One more time. Tapia rushes in. He's going for the body with the left hand, but that makes his left hand way too low. And the overhand right there from Marvin Hagler, Des M80 Moore. comes over to finish it off. That's his obligation. You are obligated to finish the fight until the referee stops the action. That was completely clean. And there, a dejected Albert Buenas Noches Tapia. He's got nothing to hang his head over. It was a very close fight. He'll live to fight another time.
18 seconds of the second round. The winner by knockout came out of the red corner.
Belt put around his waist by Sifu James Jefferson, our grand visionary here at Warrior Island. Look at the smile on his face. He had a couple of title fights in the past and had squeaking close losses. All right, let's go cage side. Bob Maloney. Congratulations to the champ, Des M80 Moore.
All right, Des Moore, your movement was on fire there as usual, nonstop, and then you come out with a highlight reel knockout. You finish the fight. Tell us how you're feeling right there. What that combination into the fight?
We got one.
Des, I know a lot of times you take pride in going to 5 rounds, but it's also nice to have the finish, especially to get the belt around your waist. And James Jefferson put that belt around your waist. You've been coming back fighting here at GPG. You're a stalwart here. We just want to see you come back. I'm sure everybody here wants to see you come back and defend that belt. Tell everybody out there how you feel.
I'm feeling great. Thank you guys for coming out. It feels good to finally have one of these wrapped around my waist. Anybody who knows me knows that my only 2 losses were in 2 title fights, so it was kind of disappointing, and it feels really, really good to get this one. And for all the wrestlers that I helped out with back home, I gave them a big speech about going after what they want, setting their goals, and go get it, and just explaining to them what half tag team short fuse is. And I was waiting for that point, and that fuse went off, and there it goes.
The GPG strawweight champ, Des M80 Moore.
Go vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info.
Welcome back to the Coliseum Fight Club in Voorhees, New Jersey, as DuPont Networks continues its presentation of Warrior Island Fight Night. Hey everybody, Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island fight commentator, getting a good look right now at Brian the Slayer Mayer, fighting out of White House Station, New Jersey, under the very capable tutelage of New Jersey's Wilkie's Warriors. 2-1 as an amateur, 6 feet tall, 18 years old. He's got a 72-inch reach and looking to put that lightweight strap around his waist here tonight in Voorhees, New Jersey. Don't forget, these fighters are fighting to make it on to Warrior Island. When you're ready to vote for your favorite fighter on the island or make your case to fight on the island, visit warriorisland.info for more information. There you see Brian the Slayer Mayer fighting with the blue gloves out of the blue corner with the black board shorts. Getting ready to meet his opponent here tonight. And there you get a good look at Vicious Timothy Tyler, fighting out of American MMA and Wrestling, Pennsauken, New Jersey. His head trainer over there, Nick Catone. His 4-3 as an amateur. 5'8", 19 years old with a real good wrestling base. Very strong. People have their eyes on this lightweight fighter. Very explosive. Looking to show off his hands here tonight. Very calm, very stoic, hardworking dude. Apparently holds down a full-time job at Burger King while he trains. So the discipline factor there, as is the same case with Brian the Slayer Mayer, his opponent here tonight. And here we have a tale of the tape. There's that 4-3 record for Timothy Tyler. 19 years old, 2-1 for Brian the Slayer Mayer. Virtually identical except for that big height advantage. Not that much of a reach advantage translating, but he does have that 4-inch height advantage and most likely will be looking to fight long.
Our first fighter is an 18-year-old who has a 2-1 record. He stands at 6 foot tall and weighs 156.6 pounds. He represents Wilkie's Warriors out of Bridgewater, New Jersey, and hailing from White House Station. In the blue corner, Brian Slayer Mayer. His opponent is a 19-year-old with a 4-3 record. He stands at 5'8" and weighs 156 pounds. Representing the Vone Next Level MMA and hailing from Pennsauken, New Jersey, in the red corner, Timmy the Tantrum Tyler.
Round 1.
Nothing like a good fight that's close on paper. Let's hope this one translates inside the cage. For the 155-pound strap, once again, vicious Timothy Tyler on the right-hand side of your screen versus Brian the Slayer Mayer on the left-hand side of your screen. Here we go. 3 rounds is fast. There will be lots of action in this fight, and already Slayer closing the distance now. Grappling at the center of the cage, looking for dominance. The right-hand knee, beautiful hip toss there. Timothy Tyler with the judo play goes into the half guard of Brian Mayer. Brian Mayer looking to hip up, trying to close the distance, trying to prevent Timothy Tyler from posturing up. Doesn't want to take any damage early on. Remember, as an AMI title fight, they are not allowed to strike the face in the mount. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. And good job here with the whizzer now taking the back. Brian the Slayer Mayer now with the figure 4 body lock and looking to sink in the rear naked choke. Good work right here, trying to soften up Timothy Tyler, cranking up the neck, up against the cage. A little less than 2 minutes to work. Try to soften him up. You see those punches aren't really to do anything other than to try to get Tyler to move. Try to get Tyler uncomfortable. Beautiful defense. Hand fighting there from vicious Timothy Tyler. Beautiful escape. And now pressing Mayer up against the cage. Mayer holding on to the shorts. And again, the toss was attempted. That looked almost like a suplex attempt, but it got botched halfway through. And Mayer ended up on top of Tyler and now into the full mount. And as you can see, he cannot strike the face. Looking for a submission. Looking for perhaps a Kimura. Now kneeing the sides. He'll be satisfied just to go back to full mount now. Trying to set up the armbar. And out pops Tyler. And Tyler now with the ankle pick. And now into the full mount of Mayer. A nice high mount. He's got to be careful though. Mayer is very tricky. Mayer will try to shrimp up the back here with his flexibility. 30 seconds to go here in round number 1. Back and forth action at 155 pounds. Now Tyler looking for the choke. I don't think he's got it under the chin. Right now, good defense from Brian the Slayer Mayer. And now looking to trip out the right leg of Tyler, but Tyler too quick. Tyler now taking the back of Mayer, letting his hands go. Mayer's in some trouble now with the rear naked choke attempt. Look, it's kind of modified now, almost like a neck crank, and saved by the bell. You saw Brian the Slayer Mayer give the thumbs up to the referee just to let him know he was in no trouble during that neck crank. It was a rear naked choke by Tyler that kind of got modified due to the way Mayer was moving. The rear naked choke was modified over to kind of a neck crank. Here's action from round number 1. There's a knee to the midsection. This is the beautiful hip toss there by vicious Timothy Tyler. And he tried to go for the toss again, but this one was botched halfway through. Put him in a little bit of trouble, but now he was putting Mayer in trouble at the end of round number 1. You see that rear naked choke kind of modified over to like a neck crank, and the bell rang. And Brian the Slayer Mayer was letting the referee know he was okay, gave him a thumbs up. There was no loss of air. Was it uncomfortable? Yep. But is that something, Brian the Slayer Mayer trains all day long at White House Station in New Jersey? Yeah, he trains it all day long. Round 2.
Round 2.
Here we go, round number 2. How'd you score that first round? The last thing the judges saw was vicious Timothy Tyler cranking the neck of Brian the Slayer Mayer. Slayer Mayer closing the distance again, but this time Tyler shooting the single. He changing levels. Oh, but beautiful choke here. This is tight. This is tight. Brian the Slayer Mayer's got a very tight choke on Timothy Tyler. He's looking to close up his guard. Now he goes. Oh, he's got the legs wrapped around the back. Tyler's out. He's out. He's unconscious. This referee's got to stop the fight. The corner throws in the towel. This referee doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't stop the fight. Dangerous position there for Timothy Tyler. He was unconscious. Brian the Slayer Mayer kept choking because that's what he's supposed to do. The referee is supposed to stop the fight there. That is a boxing referee. He did not recognize an unconscious fighter. That does not take anything away from Brian the Slayer Mayer. Congratulations. He'll be putting the belt around his waist. And boy, what a case he made to go to Warrior Island. Don't forget, you do not need to vote on the winner. If you think that Tyler was a monster in that fight, you can also vote for Tyler as well. He's okay, thank goodness. He's walking around, comes over, shows good sportsmanship to Brian Mayer. And New Jersey probably going to take a look at that referee. I'm sure the athletic commission is going to talk with him. That is why the referee is there, is to protect an unconscious fighter. He didn't even know where to look. He just sort of crouched down over the two fighters. You'll see here as we look at action. And there's a referee who doesn't know a fighter's unconscious. And finally the towel comes in. Thank goodness. The towel in, because this referee did not know to stop this fight. He was unconscious for quite a while there. But again, that takes nothing away whatsoever from the brilliant fight that Brian the Slayer Mayer exhibited here tonight. Vicious Timothy Tyler is young. He's just 19 years old. He'll be back. When we come back, it's our next fight. Stay with us on Warrior Island. Welcome back, everybody, and we're going to make this one official. The 155-pound belt will be strapped around the waist of Brian the Slayer Mayer. Brian the Slayer Mayer with just a brilliant fight here tonight. Let's go cage side and make it official. Okay, action from earlier in the fight, and this was that brilliant judo toss that was just a thing of beauty. Over the hips and down you go for a ride. Tried it again, tried the suplex, and that one didn't work out quite so well. Was putting on a lot of pressure at the end of round number 1 with the rear naked choke in the waning seconds. It got modified to a neck crank. Here's the end of the fight. The referee gets hit by the towel and says maybe I should stop it. Gently, slowly stops the fight with absolutely no sense of urgency. And the champ raises his hands.
Vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info.
Welcome back to Warrior Island Fight Night, everybody. Jordan J. Adams, your Warrior Island fight commentator. Next matchup in the flyweight division, that's 125 pounds. David the Cobra Juliano versus Yoel Ellen. The fascinating thing here, Yoel Ellen, the Krav Maga specialist, bringing the exotics inside the cage. David Juliano, more the typical MMA player. Let's see how they fare inside the cage. Stephen Peacock.
Our first fighter is a
started.
30-year-old who is making his debut appearance. He stands at 5'4" and weighs 122 pounds. He represents Scorpion Tribe, Israeli Krav Maga, hailing out of Millville, New Jersey. In the blue corner, Yoel Grim Hope Ellen. His opponent is a 25-year-old fighter with an 0-3 record. He stands at 5'6" and weighs 125 pounds. He represents K Dojo Warrior Tribe out of Fairfield, New Jersey. In the red corner, David Cobra Juliano.
Round one.
I'm wondering what Stephen Peacock knows that we should almost saying like almost like it's a secret, something we should all be let in on. It will be fascinating to see because Yoel Ellen wrote a book on Krav Maga, and it'll be interesting to see how well it does the traditional MMA player, more well-rounded striking and ground. It'll be interesting to see if Yoel Ellen has any ground at all. He's 122 pounds, 5'4", 30 years old. He's got a good 68-inch reach, good for 5'4". Let's see if he needs it, though, because I am a feeling David Juliano is going to go right down to the canvas. Indeed, shoots the double. Good choke now from Yoel Ellen, however, but it'll be interesting to see how long it can hold it from this position. Hard, and again, yeah, indeed, the head pops out. Now the Cobra going to work. Good escape there from Yoel Ellen now, looking to sink in another choke. Yoel Ellen wants to keep this fight on the ground. The double leg takedown, though. Very well done by the Cobra, David Juliano. David Juliano's 25 years old, 5'5". Got a well-rounded MMA game. Moving over to side control now. See what kind of defense Yoel Ellen can mount from his back. This could be where it might be a situation of the fish being out of water. Now the full mount. Juliano now cannot strike the face, as this is an amateur fight, but he can indeed sink in any submission he wants, and it looks like the one he wants is a rear naked choke. He's flattening out Ellen. Ellen's in a lot of trouble. He has no answer for this rear naked choke. The forearm is across the throat, and indeed he taps out at 1 minute and 8 seconds. It's all over for Yoel Ellen. David the Cobra Juliano with a rear naked choke. Did not take him long to finish off the debuting Yoel Ellen. Beautiful work from the 125-pounder who celebrates enthusiastically, as indeed is his right. And it is good to see that kind of excitement coming up with his first win of his fighting career. Looked really good in there. Looked comprehensive, looked well-rounded, had a good skill set. The toolbox was full, and here you can see him sinking that right forearm under the chin of Yoel Ellen and simply sneaks in that left hand and applies pressure. See him scooching up, putting more weight on. He's flattening out Yoel Ellen, who was forced to tap early in the first round.
This bout is stopped at 1 minute and 50 seconds of the first round. The winner by submission by way of rear naked choke came out of the red corner, David Cobra Juliano.
So congratulations to David the Cobra Juliano. Beautiful win for him here tonight. Hope you enjoyed another edition of Warrior Island Fight Night. When you're ready to vote your favorite fighter on the island or make your case to fight on the island, visit warriorisland.info. That's warriorisland.info for more information. Learn about Grandmaster Ron Van Cleef, Dan Severn, Helson Gracie, Henzo Gracie, Jason Lau. They'll all be on the island to help you win the grand title. Coaches Orlando Rivera, Sifu Cliff, Sifu Chow, Silvio Simac, Navy SEALs, and more. You're not going to want to miss it. For Grand Visionary Sifu James Jefferson, I'm Jay Adams saying we'll see you on the island.
Oh, what a great night of fights. You know, some real unexpected turnouts there, but everything was fantastic, and what character and heart these athletes showed out there tonight.
Unbelievable. You know, sometimes you go into a fight and you look at, check out these fighters, you got your favorite fighter, you think one's going to win, but it doesn't end up that way because sometimes, you get a rear naked choke, you get a knockout, you just don't expect it. But, what you do, though, you see these fighters, you see that they have more respect.
Yes.
We search out the promotions around the world. We search out the fighters, the coaches, the dojos, of people that show the respect, the honor, the empathy of what it would take to come to Warrior Island, fighting for your vote at home to get that vote, and then to go to Warrior Island, train with these masters, and that's what this is all about. So this week you watch these fighters, you're gonna go vote for them. Hey, next week you might see another fighter, but it's all about you, the fans, and then the character of these fighters in the cage to bring them to Warrior Island.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point there, James. For the fans at home who are watching and getting ready to vote, you don't necessarily have to vote for the winner of the fight. There may have been an athlete in there tonight that showed so much heart, showed so much character, that you actually want to vote for them, even though they may not have won their particular fight. Just based on their character, you're compelled to vote for them.
It's a great point, and Jay, that's why we have the Tiki Code, the code of honor, the Tiki Code of respect, the Tiki Code of integrity, empathy. Just because you were born with this ability to be a great warrior fighter doesn't mean you knock somebody down. It actually shows more power to pick somebody up when they're down. And you'll notice that we kind of gravitate towards those kinds of fighters, those warriors, and that's what you should look for. Someone that stands out as a good character person or needs development and work. And that's what they do. So you're gonna vote up to 10 times on all the social media.
All right, well, to do that, you're gonna wanna go to warriorisland.info, and he's gonna let you vote 10 times. So take advantage of that, get to that website right now.
So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, vote. We want you to have a voice up to 10 times per device.
All right, what can we look forward to next week on Warrior Island?
You know what, this has been a great night of fights, but we have one every week. So tune in every week. You have new fighters, new venues around the world, whether it's Portugal, whether it's London, whether it's different spots in the United States. We would search the world and globe for this. And here's the other thing. You don't just have to vote for fighters in these cages. You can have fighters on YouTube that aren't even in the cage that you can vote for. So even the fighters at home and promoters at home, you can upload videos and fights to us from around the world. And we have wild cards where you can actually make the island and not even be in the cage.
Oh my God, amazing. Well, next week you're not going to want to miss it. I want to personally thank you Ronan and James Jefferson, for putting this together. It's a great vision. You're helping the world. You're helping all these athletes. Thank you so much. I can't wait for next week.
You're a great partner, man. Not once did I try to have to defend any kicks or punches or chokes for Mr. J. Adams, one of the best in the world in decades of commentating. But great to have him here. He's our Jeff Probst.
We'll see you next time on Warrior Island.
Vote for your favorite fighter at warriorisland.info.